Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's not quite 10 o'clock, but I always start a little early. You know I do. Let me just have a little sip of my salsa water here. But if you are out there in cyberspace, please do pop on and say hi so I know I've got some of my peeps with me this morning on this glorious day in New England. Lovely day here. It's going to be a lovely weekend. Very exciting. The leaves are falling. We're raking. Everybody is. It's living in New England, folks. That's what it's all about. So, I'm very organized this morning. I'm shocking myself at how organized I think I am. We'll see. We'll see how organized I am in a few seconds. Anyway, if anybody's there, pop on and say hi. It's almost 10 o'clock. And then we'll start. It is 10 o'clock. Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, here we are from Franklin, Massachusetts on a lovely Friday morning. Can you believe it's October 28th? Before I forget, I have to remind myself that Monday is Halloween. So instead of having class Monday night, I'm going to have class on Tuesday night. I'm going to have it on Tuesday morning and Tuesday night, because we don't want to interfere with the little hobgoblins and we don't want to, have that extra traffic. So hopefully you'll still be able to come on Tuesday night. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do today. Let me pop this over. And here are the two cards that I'm going to show you how to make. This card, this one right here, is a card that I saw on Pinterest. And when I found it, I copied it. I took a picture of it, but unfortunately the person's name must have been way below the sample. And when I went to do my newsletter this week, I went to look for her name and I couldn't find it, which means that she probably took it down from her post, so I couldn't find it. So anyway, this is not my design, but I love this card. I just think it's really pretty. I love the colors. I love the template, blah, blah, blah. So that's that one. And then this is this one. This is the one that I actually did design all by myself. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. So these cards are great. You can use them for really any occasion at all. I'm using them for thank you cards and for note cards. So let's just get started. I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with the fresh freesia. So let me move this over here. Let me move this over here. Okay. And let me bring in my stuff that I need. All the stuff that I need. All right, so the first thing, obviously, is a piece of fresh freesia cardstock, which I've already cut like I normally do, cut and scored, and now I'm going to fold it and make sure I have a nice crisp fold, because that's how we like to do things with our bone fold, a nice crisp fold like that. Then the next thing I did was I took another piece. Good morning, Barbara. Thank you for popping on. Yay! My peeps are arriving. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do what I did next was I took a piece of this fresh freesia. This is the card I'm showing everybody, Barbara. This is the one we're going to start with. And so then I took a piece of fresh freesia, 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I ran it through the Hive embossing folder, which I absolutely love. I love it. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to adhere this layer to the base. Very easy. Now, again, when you're dealing with embossing layers that have a lot of dimension to them, they have a lot of nooks and crannies. Oops, I need more adhesive here. You might want to either use your tear tape or, let me see, gotta get another adhesive here. You could use tear tape. You could actually use Tombow. A lot of my peeps like to use Tombow, which I do. But this morning I'm using snail since I have so much snail left. But remember now, this has got a lot of nooks and crannies, so you want to make sure you use plenty of adhesive to make sure this thing sticks. Obviously, it's sticking to my fingers, so there we go. So here we go, like this. So I'm going to put that on like that, easy. Isn't that pretty? Isn't this color pretty? Oh, I love it. Oh, love, love, love it. Okay, so there's that. That's done. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my banner. Now, I use the banners. These are called tailor-made tag dies, and I love these dies because you have options. you have lots of options. There are a total of 8 different banners in 2 different size. I mean, 4 different sizes, 2 different banners. And the other thing I like is that they've got the punch protectors, and I'll show you that in a minute. Remember in the old-fashioned days when we had our notebooks and we had to put little, they were almost like cloth rings around the holes on the punches so that they wouldn't get raveled inside your notebook, your 3-ring notebook? Well, that's what that die is for. And this is the same kind of die too. It's just a different shape. But I love this. So what I did was I made a die cut out in basic white. And then for stamp sets, what I used was the Flowing Flowers stamp set, which I absolutely love. Now, this isn't in the catalog anymore, but you can use other stamp sets that look like this. It doesn't matter. So I took this one and I took this one. Let me show you what I'm going to do. And move that out of the way and bring in my Fresh Freesia ink. Here is my Fresh Freesia ink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the larger stamp. Here it is. And let me bring this down, and I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to stamp it cattywampus, just a little cattywampus like this, like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love it. And then I'm going to take this one, the smaller one, and I'm just going to ink that up and put it right there, just like that. Then I'm going to take the inside layer, which is my 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and in the lower right hand corner I'm going to stamp this. And then I'm going to take my envelope, because we can't have naked envelopes. We can have naked other things, but not naked envelopes. But look at how pretty that is. And that's basically my stamping. How easy was that? So I'm going to fold this up. Then the next thing I'm going to do is take a little piece of cardstock. This is 3/4 by, I don't know, maybe 3 inches or whatever. And with my Memento ink, I am going to stamp, I love this, sending a card instead of a text. So I'm going to stamp this just like this. Whoops, let me bring this in so you can see. There we go. There. Sending a card instead of, whoops, you know what? I'm going to turn this over because I pressed way too hard on the instead of a text part. So let me just do that again. There we go. Oh, much better. Then, let me move that out of the way and cover this up, because gosh knows, you know how messy I am as a stamper. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make my banner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to cut it up, maybe like 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. And then I'm going to go from corner to corner. And I'm going to do this one corner to corner. And I've made my own little banner. I could have used the banner punch, but since I'm only doing one, I thought, you know what, I'll use my Snipperinis. Easy. There it is there. And then I'm going to take this one and just cut it right like that. So there's my banner. Now I'm going to adhere my banner to my tag. And what I'm going to do is put a strip of adhesive right about maybe 1/3 the way down, just like this. Just on this. Because I don't want any, if I did it if I did it on this, there's a very good possibility I would get it beyond where I wanted it to go, and then it would stick to my card, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to put this in just like this. How's that? Perfect. Then I'm going to take my fine tip glue, and Barbara, it's you and me this morning, honey. Just you and me. That's okay. Maybe everybody else is sleeping or out raking leaves. All right, so here's my fine tip glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of fine tip glue around the center of this, just a little bit like that. Can you see that? Just a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to put this cover back on, because if you don't put the cover back on in your fine tip glue, that lumen is going to get glued up with fine tip glue, and it's not going to work. So I've already gone ahead and pre-cut these out. So I'm going to take one of these. There we go. And I am going to use my take your pick tool. Let me see if I got enough. Yeah, I do. I have perfect amount. Okay, Nancy. Oh, I am so glad you are feeling better. Oh, Nancy has been very sick. Thank you so much for popping on and letting me hear that good news. All right, so there is my my silicone, and I'm just going to pick this up like this, and I'm going to put it right on that hole, just like that. And then with my other end, I'm just going to hold it down for a couple seconds. Ta-da! Done. Now I am going to put some dimensionals. Now here I am saying oh, here they are. Oh, and I've got a good strip left here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a dimensional strip here. The edges, we don't waste these, you know. You know that. We don't. We're very, very resourceful. All right, and so here goes this one. Whoops. Yep. Just like that. Then I'm going to bring my card base. I'm going to take these little pieces off. Are you going to go to the doctor anyway, Nancy? Give him a call and see. Somebody can listen to your lungs to make sure that, you know, everything is good down there. Whoops, you know what I forgot to do? Hold the horses. Hold your horses. I forgot to put the ribbon on. So here's my fresh freezer ribbon. And notice I'm working from the spool. So this is what happened. I thought I had 2 spools of this ribbon, and I only have this one. I usually have 2 extra, but I don't. So I am a little bit short of this ribbon, but not to worry. I have enough probably for class on Tuesday. But anyway, so here I go. I just put that through, and I'm going to make a little knot, and then I'm going to make another little knot on top. This is just knots. It doesn't have to be a bow. If I had enough ribbon, I maybe would consider making a bow. That would be kind of pretty too. And then I'm going to take my ribbon scissors, and I'm just going to bevel cut this edge and bevel cut this edge. How cute is that? Now I can go ahead and put this back on. Let me get this out of the way. All right, now, and move that out of the way too. All right, now here is my card base, and I'm going to put it on just a little over to the left, just because I can. And I'm going to press that down just nice like that. Ta-da! And then the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to take, no, not the last thing. I got 2 other things to do. I'm going to take one of these embellishments. These were from oh, I forgot the name of them. Anyway, I am going to take, let's see, I think I'm going to take this one. Let's see, yeah, I'm going to take this one. I don't know why there is a piece of window sheet on top of this, but there is. But anyway, I'm going to take this pretty embellishment right here, and I'm going to put it on the bottom, the right hand side, right down here, just like that. Okay, so that's done. Just to add a little bit of sweetness, and then I'm going to take, but let me get these little pieces out, because gosh knows I would very handily glue those on inadvertently. I don't want to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to put some adhesive here. Here, I do like to put adhesive on all 4 sides because I just want to make sure it sticks forever. And then I'm going to take my card, open it up, because I like to put a layer of white on the inside. And here this goes just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh. So there you have it. Here is our first card. Isn't that pretty? And unfortunately, I wish I could give credit to the lady who made this. It makes me angry that I can't find it, but, you know, sometimes that happens. But anyway, there it is. Look at how simple that was. You could use whatever stamp set you have. This monochromatic theme is really pretty, and these would make a lovely set, gift card set. I have plenty of PVC boxes, too. If anybody wants boxes to put cards in, I have them. They're pretty inexpensive. I think they're like 33 cents a box, but they make a nice presentation. So, Tuesday of next week, remember, because Monday is Halloween, so instead of having class on Monday night, I'm going to have it Tuesday morning and Tuesday night. Tuesday morning and Tuesday night. So, having said that, if we have a lot of people and we run out of fresh freesia, I won't run out of the paper, but I would definitely run out of the ribbon. However, I do have some white crinkle ribbon that we could dye with the fresh freesia refill. We may do that. But then the other thing was, I made one in soft succulent. Isn't that pretty? Look at that, how pretty that is. And then I used the soft succulent jewels from the In Color collection. And then the inside, the same. So isn't that pretty? So we have options for Tuesday. So that's the first card. So I'm going to just set that aside and get all that aside. Now I'm going to bring in this one. So here is the other one that we're going to make this morning. show you how to do this. I love this. Again, I'm into a monochromatic issue, so I did monochromatic this week. All right, so let me just move this out of the way and bring this in so I can get all the stuff that I need here. Bring this over. And the first thing, of course, that we need is a base, which is very vanilla. And again, cut and scored, and then I'm going to just fold it because we have to have a nice crisp fold. We love my bone folder. I love my tools. It's so much fun when you have nice tools. Then the next thing I did was took a piece of soft suede cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to put it on the base of my card like this. Love my silicone pad too. Silicone pads are a fun tool to have because it keeps all the adhesive where it needs to be and not on your workspace area. All right, so this is going to go on like this, just like this. All right, so there's the basic. So now what I'm going to do is take another piece of cardstock. This one is 5 by 3 3/4, a very vanilla. And I'm going to take crumb cake, and I'm going to take soft suede ink. Let me get this out of the way. And I am going to take, now this is a gorgeous grape stamp, stamp set, which has retired. But again, you could use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to take my soft suede. I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to ink on the lower right-hand corner just like that. And then I'm going to re-ink it again, and I'm going to come up and do it like this, just because I can. All right, so there's that. I'm going to move this out of the way. Then I'm going to take my crumb cake, and I'm going to bring this in and stamp this sort of cattywampus like that. And I'm going to stamp it again. And actually, I'm going to bring it up one more time, just because I can. All right, so there's that. Then the other thing I did was I took a very vanilla envelope, and I'm going to stamp in soft suede. There's the crumb cake. Let me move that out of the way. I'm going to take my soft suede, and I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to put the leaf on the outside like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I can't even stand it. And then on the inside of my card, let me get my base. I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to stamp it 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3, like that. Oh, I can't stand how good morning, Colleen. Thank you for popping on. Look at how pretty that looks. I just can't even stand it. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Now, if you notice on the sample, I've got this also embossed. So what you first want to do is you want to do your stamping, because if you do your stamping first, like I did here, then when you run it through your embossing folder, everything's going to pop up. If I ran it through the embossing folder first and then tried to stamp, I would only get the surface. I wouldn't get the flat surface of the card base. I would get the surface of the embossing areas instead. So let me just take this, and I'm going to, where's my leaf embossing folder? Let me get this out of the way. Here it is right here. Now I'm going to show you a little trick on this too. This leaf embossing folder, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is what I would call a diagonal embossing folder, where the or one triangle is completely embossed and the other is blank. So what I want to do is I want to put my cardstock in. I want to put this in, and instead of putting it in like this, like that, I'm going to angle it so that I can get a lot of this embossment done on my cardstock, like such. So now I have to run this through my Stamp and Emboss machine. So hold on one second. I'll be right back, because I can't bring that over. Well, I probably could. It's just a little big here. So let me just get this. This is going to take me not even 10 seconds, so it's already in and it's out. So now let me bring it back to you and show you what it looks like. Okay, here we are. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Look at how pretty that looks. I just think it's elegant. I love it. I love, 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 love the way it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let me get this out of the way. I got all this stuff here, but I'm pretty good about being organized today. All right. Shocking, shocking, shocking. All right, now I'm going to take some adhesive and get this onto my layer. Let me move this down a little bit. There we go, like this. All right. I just think it's so pretty. We're not done yet. These would make gorgeous gifts too. Nice note cards for people who like to write notes. Who doesn't like to write notes? I love to write notes. All right, now what I'm going to do is now the more fun takes place. In the catalog, we have these leaf label and amber gem packs. Look at how pretty these are. You really can't see the detail on this as much as I would like you to see the detail, but it's really very beautiful. This is a really pretty leaf. It's got a little hole on the top. So actually, I've seen people do put ribbon in and make a bow, or just tie something, or actually use these for a banner for a fall event, whatever. So I'm going to take this and run this through the timber embossing folder. Hold on. I'll be right back. I just want to give it a little texture, a little extra texture. So I'm going to run it through. I should have done this when I ran the leaf one through and saved time, but that's okay. You don't mind, do you? Nobody minds. Give it time. We're almost done. I don't like to take a lot of your time because I know everybody's busy doing something. Okay, this is done. I'm coming back. All right, so here we go. Here it is. See how pretty that looks? Just run it through. You don't have to, but I did. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sponge dauber and I'm going to take soft suede ink and I'm just going to, on this, what I'm going to do is I am going to burnish. Burnish is going in circles a little bit, just a little like that. Just to give it a little color here, hither and yon. And you can see where, because it is embossed, the top layer is receiving the ink and the bottom layer is not. So there's a nice little contrast there. How pretty is that? That's enough. I'm done. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I'm going to place this on with some adhesive, with some snail. I still have so much snail. I use Stampin' Seal also, but I've got to use this up, so I'm using it up. Anyway, okay, now I'm going to place it like here, right here. Doesn't matter where, but there, it's going to go right there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and since this is going, the first one I did was thinking of you. This one's going to be thank you, because I use a lot of thinking of yous. I use a lot of thank yous. So I'm going to take this. This is from my go-to greetings. By the way, if you need a really great stamp set, this is it. Go-to greetings, because it's got happy birthday, thinking of you, thank you, just a note in different sizes. So this is a great, great, great set. Plus the fonts are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. All right, so I'm inking this up. I'm going to stamp thank you, just like that. Beautiful. Then I'm going to take one of the dies from, let's see, this is a Stitch So Sweetly. I'm going to bring up my little Stampin' Cut machine, which I absolutely love. It's so nice to have products that, great tools. Putting in my plates, I don't know if you can see this or not. I put my plates in. Hey, doofus, thanks for popping on this morning. I bet you were a little sleepyhead this morning. Better late than never, you're right. So here is this die from Thank You, Stitch So Sweetly. I'm going to put it on like such, like that. Isn't that going to be pretty? I'm going to put my cover plate on top, and I'm going to start rolling it through my little cutie pie Stampin' Emboss machine. And then let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. Move this so you can see better. Put this where this belongs. Take this out like that. And look at how pretty this is. Look at how cute that is. I mean, you could free cut. If you don't have, if you don't, excuse me, if you don't have dies, you can free cut it, hand cut it. We fussy cut way before we started using fancy schmancy things, right? But it's fun to have fancy schmancy things. Lost track of time. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right, I'm going to take a few dimensionals here. Probably two dimensionals. Pop it on the back of this, like such. Take little pieces of paper off, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this in and put it just like this, like that. Then, in this little package of the leaf labels and amber gem combo, you get the amber gems. Look at how pretty these are. Oh, I think they're so beautiful. They come in 2 different sizes. They're really, really pretty, and it adds just a little bit of zing to this, which is going to be perfect. And I'm going to cover up that hole by putting one of those gems on just like that. And I'm going to put another one down here, I think. Yeah, put it in the right-hand corner like that. And I'm going to put one more, maybe I'll just put one more down here like that, off there. So there you have it, my friends. Look at how easy that was. And isn't that a beautiful card? I just think it's so, so pretty. It's timely, it's the fall, it's a lovely card. It's a lovely, could be, you know, birthday card, it could be a Thanksgiving card, it could be a sympathy card, it could be thinking of you, whatever you want. So there you have it. So those are the cards that we're going to be doing for next Tuesday, because the little hobgoblins are out Monday night, and I don't want anybody to get involved with traffic and all that jazz. So it'll be Tuesday morning, my regular 9 o'clock class, and then Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So if you want to come, those are the cards that we're going to make. So I have a couple other things to tell you. First of all, tomorrow is my do drop in day. So if anybody wants to drop in tomorrow, these are the things that we're going to be making. We're going to be making Thanksgiving favors that you can put candy inside. Cute. Tie it with a little bow. How cute. This is the little, my gobble gnome, my little pilgrim gobble gnome. And then here is my little, my bat gnome. My bat gnome. How cute is that? Isn't that adorable? So we're going to make those tomorrow. Also, I have a last minute Halloween card. If anybody needs a cute Halloween card, look at how cute this is. Adorable. This is using the Scaredy Cats stamp set and bundle with the cutouts. But look at how cute it is. It's just stinking cute. Wait a minute. Let me bring it over here this way. Let's bring it there and here. Okay, so there, let me show you that. But isn't that pretty? Look at, this is vellum. This is Fire Glow stamp, my designer paper. Look at the little cute spider. See that cute little spider? How cute is that in the witch's house or anybody's house? But I think it's really a cute card. So if you want to make those, you can make those tomorrow as well. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you is that on Saturday, November 12th, Saturday, November 12th. I've got a class on the 5th, but on Saturday, November 12th, we're going to be making desktop calendars. Let me bring this back in too. Let me bring this up here too. Okay, so here's the desktop calendar. Now, I know most of you high-tech people have everything on your phones. However, it's always nice, I think, to have a cute little desktop calendar on your desk. And this is what we're going to make. It lays pretty flat. You could make an envelope to send this if you wanted, or you can wrap it up as a gift. And then when they take it out, they put it up like this, and there's little Post-it notes right here. So you got Post-it notes, and you've got this beautiful Mengren pen. I love Mengren pens. I get these on Amazon. They're really, really nice. It's a nice weight. It's got a nice medium tip, and it's also, these have the computer thing where you can, instead of using your fingers, you can use this thing to punch in the keys that you want to use. So anyway, that's what we're going to make on November 12th. So if you're interested in desktop calendars, this is what it looks like. I use the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper, 2 different pieces. Here is one with the Monet colors and then the corresponding flowers that match it. How pretty is that? And then just a little bow and some decorations and a little note. And you've got the calendar for 2023, a nice pen, and little Post-it notes. So let me just check to make sure that I told you everything, because so do drop in. Yep, calendar class. Okay, that's it, my friends. So I hope that some of you can come next Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday, not Monday, because Monday is Boo Day, and we don't want to involve ourselves with the little hobgoblins in the streets, blah, blah, blah. So Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon at 4, we'll be making the 2 cards that I showed you. I'm so glad you were able to join me, Nancy. I'm so glad you're feeling better. That's excellent news. I hope everybody has a lovely weekend. It's going to be glorious in our neck of the woods, and I hope it's glorious wherever you are. Thank you for supporting me. I love you all. Namaste. Until next